I caught y'all at the buzzer tonight, trying to revive this streak of going live every day. I want to talk real quick since it's Sunday evening, and like I always tell y'all on Instagram, if you follow me, Sunday evening is the best time to prepare for a successful week. So I figured I'd tell y'all about productivity schedules because it's something that I have to reintroduce every week. Okay, so every Sunday night or Sunday evening, what I like to do is create my schedule for the week. And all it is a rough schedule, and I do it in blocks. So I might say, okay, at this time I'm going to wake up. And so between this time and this time, I should be at the gym. By this time, I should be back home, showering, and then eating. And then I set a time where I should be working, etc., right? And so the point is to make block time for where you should be doing things. Because obviously, when you're an entrepreneur, each day is a different task. So one day you might need to make certain calls and emails. The next day you might actually be out on a job, or the day after that you might be taking a meeting or doing an interview. So it could be so many different things. So what I like to do is I like to do block schedules, and it helps me to stay so much more productive, especially if I can get up early. Okay, the earlier I start, the better. Earlier this past week, I got up as early as 3 o'clock earlier this week, and that was probably my most productive day. I was done with my work around about 12, but I still stayed and kept working until about 3 just to get some extra things done. So the earlier you can start, the better. I know a lot of people, they like to get up at 4:30. Some people get up at 7. Whatever you consider early for you is up to you. But really the whole point is just making sure that you're as productive as possible, okay? So what I like to do is I like to set 5 main goals that I want to accomplish for the week. I do one huge one and then like 4 ones that aren't as big as that one main one. But you got to have that one big goal for the week, and then the other 4 just be like support goals. You know what I mean? So, but that way you will always be productive. And if you can do one big goal every week, that's 52 big goals per year. Okay, so if your one big goal for this week is to figure out how you can generate an additional $1,000 this week, then if you do that for 52 weeks, then you just got 52 grand. You know what I mean? So it just all depends on what your goals is, and it doesn't have to be money related. It can be about your love relationship. It could be about your career or anything, whatever you want it to be. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is we have to stay productive and write down your goals. Another thing I like to do on Sunday evenings is to write down my affirmation for the week. The week before last, I forgot exactly what it was. I actually keep them and put them all in my drawer too, but I write them down. But I know this past week's affirmation was actually, I kept this one up for 2 weeks, which was I am a 30-year-old millionaire and I help other people to duplicate my success. And so I hung it on my bathroom mirror. I hang it up on my bathroom mirror each week. I hang my new affirmation on the bathroom mirror. If you follow me on Snapchat, which I just deleted, by the way, I deleted it off my phone. But if you were following me, you saw it when I posted it there. Sometimes I might post it on Instagram stories as well. So, and so that was my affirmation for the past 2 weeks, right? So just write down. I recommend that you write down your affirmation, and I repeated it from the time I got up. I will repeat it throughout the day, and then I'll make sure I say it before I go to sleep. Okay? Because believe it or not, you speak things into existence. You really do. You can think things into existence as long as you put action behind it. Every single thing, man. I mean, every single thing that I've ever accomplished in my life, I saw it happen before it happened. Everything, man. Like we said we wanted our first place. Me and my girl, we wanted our first place, and we went apartment searching, and we found the place we wanted to look at, and we drove out that neighborhood every day, visualizing ourselves living in that neighborhood. And we didn't know anything about law of attraction. We were 19 at the time. You know, I had no clue about law of attraction. I think she was 18 at the time. No clue about law of attraction, just doing it just because we were excited. And next thing you know, we moved out there. Next, we went to, did the same thing for our townhouse that we moved from that. No idea about law of attraction, moved in after that. Then I did the same thing for my cleaning business. Attracted it to me. Did the same thing about my first barbershop. Attracted it to me. Same thing about my second barbershop. Attracted it to me. I wanted this certain job that at the shipyard. Attracted that to me. Then I said it'd be amazing if we can get up in the projects right there beside the shipyard. So then we'd be having that cheap rent, and I'd be making all of that money. Pulled that off too. You know what I mean? Then turned around and said, all right, well, I want a rental property now. visualized that, put the action into it, and got a rental property. You know what I mean? And it all just manifests itself. Then we decided we wanted to move out of state. What most people don't know is things went so bad for us right before we moved. Like I told y'all a couple of different things, but things got so bad for us right before we were about to move. Because originally I wasn't even considering moving. That's the crazy thing about it. No, take that back. I wasn't considering getting a job, is what I meant to say. I was planning on moving, but we planned on moving to Atlanta. And then when I had problems over at my rental property, so it kind of wiped out my whole budget for moving. And so I just kind of was like, well, I had to put it on hold. I didn't really know what I was going to do because I sold off most of my business, so my income was shot. Had to spend all my money to fix this house at my rental property. So I'm like, what am I going to do? Then I get this offer from a person way in Las Vegas, just off of YouTube videos. And that's why it's so important to provide value, y'all. That's what I want to tell you, because just having a YouTube channel and having a brand, a presence, and putting myself out there, that's why I say promote yourself. Don't sit around and wait for no promotion. Promote yourself. Literally promote yourself. I promote myself by putting these videos out on YouTube, by putting these Instagram posts up, Facebook posts, etc., right? And so now that I put myself out there, people could find me. So this lady offered me a job opportunity in the field that I was already in, and I never, ever, ever considered working a job again, ever in my life, right? She was with Janet King, and she offered me a sales position in Las Vegas. And when she offered it to me, it caught me off guard, because I'm like, wait a minute, a job? I don't do no job. But when I looked at it, I thought about it, you know what? It made perfect sense, though. Why wouldn't I? It's already in the same field. I could use some money right now since I sold my business off. You know what I mean? And it all just worked out. Next thing you know, Jan Pro got wind of it, and they counter offered what they offered to me in a location that was still on the East Coast, which was better for me because then I could stay close to my business in Virginia and still keep it. So it ended up being a win-win, and so we moved. But the whole point of that whole story was I made up my mind. We made up our mind that we were moving out of state. We wanted to get out of the area that we were in after our house got broken into. And so even though we didn't know exactly how we were about to do it, it happened. It happened. And so getting back to the original point, that's why I think it's important that you need to write down your goals, write down your affirmation. I write down my affirmation each week. And that way I can drill it into my subconscious and attract whatever I want to me, okay? I expect to be a millionaire by the time I'm 30, which is next year. Honestly, mathematically, it doesn't make sense for me to be one yet. But I feel like I'm going to do it, and I believe that I'm going to do it, and I feel like I'm going to attract it to me because I've done it so many times before. Now, guess what? If for whatever reason that visualization doesn't come true at exactly the age of 30, let's say it comes at the age of 35, do you think I'm going to still be happy? Absolutely. You think I'm going to quit before 35 just because I didn't get it at 30? Absolutely not. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes things don't always come when you expect them to come. But if I turn 35 and I get my million, and then I look back and I'm going to say, damn, I manifested that. Right? Because it still manifested. It's just that something I might have had to go through more things to get there at the time. I probably had to go through more things, and I probably wasn't on a schedule that I thought I was going to be on. But I was guided at the time when it was necessary for me. But not to say that to try to bail myself out, because I mean when I say I expect to get there next year. And I got a few different ways on how I think I can do it. But like I said, mathematically, it doesn't make sense. But I don't care. Nothing that I did made sense. Nothing that I did. Every single one of my friends when I grew, all of my childhood friends, felons, went to jail. Like, I was by myself. You know what I mean? It was just me. And then my girl, when we linked up, it was just us. Always just us. It's always been just us. Every job we worked together almost, seemed like. Every business I had, she was with me there. You know what I mean? So it's like you just grow. You grow, but most importantly, manage your time. Let me get back on the topic. Manage your time and manage your goals. Like, set your goals, set your objectives, and try to work towards it, because it's very, very easy to get unorganized as an entrepreneur, because there's nobody to tell you what to do. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna like fuss at you if you don't do what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, cause you can get, even if like say you got a cleaning business, right? You're an entrepreneur, you got a cleaning business. You might not go clean a building today. And guess who's gonna fuss at you? Nobody right now. Now maybe tomorrow or the day after that, or maybe even a month later. But you gonna get it at some point, but you won't get it instantly. Like when you got a job, if you show up late to work, your job gonna get your boss gonna get in you right then as soon as you walk through the door. Versus if you show up late to, if I show up late to a live, if I tell y'all I'm gonna come, tell y'all I'm gonna do a video at 12 o'clock, and then I show up at 1:30. I mean, nothing really gonna happen. Ain't like y'all can fire me from YouTube. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I didn't expect to go this long. This was supposed to have been a 2-minute video about productivity schedules. But either way, bottom line, Sunday night, perfect time to get your schedule together to start off your week on a great note. If you catch us in the morning, it still ain't too late to do it. So thank y'all for watching, subscribe, and like, and sharing, and comment. This is AJ Simmons. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank you.